Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is Hump Day Wednesday, y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying your midweek and looking forward to a wonderful weekend. What's up to the people who dropped down first in the chat? What up, youngest? How you doing? What up, T. Danielle? Make sure you guys like and share the video, please, on your way in, okay? And if you are new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button and also feel free to join the membership. Please and thank you very much. Y'all follow on in here while I gather up my little cliff notes, okay? Because we're going to go back in the time. All right. So let me make sure I share this live on my community wall. I am not going to be before you long because I saw other people were live. So let me just share this on here real quick. Come through. That's all I'm going to say on the post. Okay, so recently we done found out that Just Read My Book and Dovie, who used to be friends and roommates for a stint, are both filing charges or pressing or having cases on each other, going to court. Allegedly, Dovie is taking Just Read My Book to small claims because she claims like she owed her some money. I think she said something about her electrical system or air conditioner or something like that she had did when she was staying with Just Read My Book for a stint. And Just Read My Book allegedly has a criminal case against Dovie for threats. Now, y'all, if y'all want to hit the link to join me for this live, we got about an hour and a half to talk about this shit. But if y'all want to join me, feel free to click the link. I'm going to pin it up to the top just in case I miss anything or get anything wrong, okay? Because their story goes back a ways, right? And I'm just going off of like some recollection, different people's videos, my videos, Dovie's videos, Just Read My Book videos. There was a lot of people who had done a lot of videos on the shit that had went down with Dovie and Just Read My Book down to the Carolinas, right? What up, Ken? How you doing? Thank you for sharing the video. Yes, please share the video, y'all. But okay, so now we know next month is supposed to be Vegas Gate 2.0 or whatever y'all trying to call it, right? We know the new B Sector 2.0, some of them crew members is going to be down in the Vegas. Now, okay, hold on. Somebody just sent me something. Hold on. Okay. Thank you to that person who just sent me that. Let me open that on up. Okay. Okay. So as I was saying, Just Read My Book and Dovie Milton used to be friends and they fell out. You know, they had disagreement. They used to live with each other. And once upon a time when Dovie, you know, she was down on her luck, needing somewhere to stay. Just Read My Book. She used to be her moderator. And as her moderator, and they had like some YouTube ship or whatever, she felt bad, that Dovie was down on her luck and she had offered her a place to stay till she got back on her feet. So that's what we're going to discuss. Like their friendship, just going back, looking back at their friendship that's leading us up to where we are today. Okay, so the state of North Carolina versus Dovie Milton. That's the court case that Just Read My Book has on her. Okay. The offense date says June 29th. The filing date was July 1st. And its defendant is Dovie Milton. And the complainant is Just Read My Book. Now, I'm saying Dovie Milton because that's her name on her channel, but I'm not going to say Just Read My Book's real name. Okay, we're just going to call her Just Read My Book. Now, this is for communicating threats. That's what this case is for, criminal case. It is going to be on, one second, it's going to be 2 cases. And one of these cases is going to be, I said Vegas Gate. Let me go back. I said Vegas Gate because of the fact that things are going to be going on in Vegas next month. And also court cases is going to be going on. Okay. Dovie and Just Read My Book court cases. The hearings are on the 22nd and the 23rd. Just Read My Book is on the 22nd. And then the very next day, Dovie's lawsuit against her is on the 23rd. So they back to back. This is next month, right? And this is going to be really interesting. Can we all agree? Now, also, there was some other tea that I had heard on Just Read My Book, but I'm not going to get into that because that's allegedly. I did hear something about that on Jay Wilson's page on his video this morning. But again, I'm not going to really get into that, right? I'll just wait till we find out some more information on that. But I just want to look back into their relationship, look back into their friendship. There's a lot of people who are newer over here, and they probably like, well, what's going on? Why are they suing each other? What happened? When did they fall out? How do they know each other besides on YouTube? Things like that. So that's exactly what we're going to get into today. So if you guys can go back with me and back in the time a little ways. Now, we can look back now. This part right here that I'm about to let y'all know, and everybody, make sure you please like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. What up, NYW? What up, Linda B? Now, there was once upon a time where there was a YouTuber named Fi Babe. She now goes by Shalina Marie, formerly known as Fi Babe, and she was even, one of the people in the B sector that had did commentary on this situation with Just Read My Book and Dovie. And Fi, when she had did her commentary back in the day, well, about a year or so ago or whatever, she was discussing Dovie, and she, along with some other people, had said Dovie was a scammer. A lot of people had believed that Dovie was a scammer. I not necessarily said I thought she was a scammer, but some of the things seem like scamish. I'll say that, but I won't put that title on her. But basically what Fi had to say was she hasn't been on YouTube that long regarding Dovie, and she always had a need to beg for money. And Fi also thought she was a gaslighter, making people think she's just some little old lady that just needs a helping hand. And even in the situation, when she do beg for money or ask for money, Fi was like, I don't think she'd be telling the entire truth. Dovie had to move like 3 or 4 or 5, 11 times. Remember, she had her own place. Then she had to stay with her daughter. Then her daughter kicked her out. I mean, it was all these different kind of things why Dovie had to come on here and ask for money, whether it was a transmission or remember that time with her daughter, they had to throw out the furniture because they had bed bugs, and there was a lot of shit going on, right? A lot of shit going on. Then she needed insurance. Remember, she needed insurance and find out the car wasn't even registered. Do y'all remember all that? What up, Barry Carey? How you doing? You said let's add that to the dictionary. Yes, add scammers to the dictionary. Okay. What up, Chunky? How you doing, boo? You said you'll be in Lancaster County Fair in Lincoln, Nebraska for 10 days. That's what up. Congratulations to you. I know they're going to enjoy your food because it is delicious. That is my homie from here where I reside, and he has a food truck. company and he sells some bomb food. Okay. So shout out to you. I wish you the best of luck down there. Make as much money as you can. Okay. But yeah, so again, Fi was just one of a lot of people who used to make commentary or do commentary about Dovie's situation, right? And some people thought she was a scammer. Okay, then remember she was supposed to move down south because she was like bouncing around here and there, and she was supposed to move down south into some apartments, right? Remember, with some brand new construction apartments that she was supposed to move in, and she said they were going to be ready in 2 weeks. 2 weeks came, 2 weeks went, 2 weeks long gone, like in the past now, right? With the ancestors, that's how long the 2 weeks went by. Okay, but on the way there to supposedly move into these brand new construction apartments, just read my book again out of the kindness of her own heart. Didn't want Dovie just driving around, sleeping in her car, sleeping on benches in the park, things like that on the beach. So, she felt sorry for her and she told her she could come stay with her for a while. And she did. Right? But when it came to that apartment, she had said she had a walkthrough. She was supposed to get a final walkthrough. And just read my book wasn't really going, right? Just some things just wasn't making any sense, right? And I'm going to throw a few things out there that we're going to have to, remember. Some things that happened that was really entertaining back then. Like, remember when Just Read My Book had got upset because she said Dovie was doing live videos, on YouTube, showing her house, showing her apartment, just filming here, filming there. And Just Read My Book didn't really want her house, shown like that, right? So that was one of the disputes they had. Remember the allegations against Dovie when she said that Just Read My Book's cat Sugarfoot? Yeah, Sugarfoot. Said she was accusing, making allegations and slander against Sugarfoot, saying that Sugarfoot was pissing and farting and shitting all over the house. When Just Read My Book said he has his own, cats, they have their own little area where they use the bathroom, and that basically sometimes cats, when they don't like somebody or when they want some, they like marking their territory or something like that, sometimes they will do certain things to people, right? So Boss Lady, I remember back then, Boss Lady, oh, I love me some Boss Lady. Boss Lady was doing commentary on this stuff too, right? And Boss Lady says, when cats get a certain way, they call it like marking their territory and spraying the area if they don't like your energy. I don't know if that was the situation that was going on with Dovie and Sugarfoot, but Dovie and Sugarfoot wasn't seeing it for each other. Y'all remember that? Dovie was not seeing it for the cat, and the cat was not seeing it for Miss Dovie. All right. And so Just Read My Book was like the cat basically had been messing with Dovie ever since she moved in, because when Just Read My Book moved Dovie in one day, do y'all recall one day Just Read My Book was sitting up in her bed, sitting up in her room, and she heard Dovie chasing the cat around, yelling at the cat, fussing with the cat, and Just Read My Book was like, what the hell is going on? So she then hears this noise, like clickety, clackety, clickety, clackety, clickety, clickety, clackety, clack. And she was like, what the hell is going on? Just Read My Book must have came downstairs, y'all. I know y'all remember this. Yeah, y'all remember it. What up, Just Read My Book? What up, girl? The ditches. Y'all remember. Just Read My Book said Sugarfoot had Dovie's ditches. It was just shaking and rattling and rolling them joints all around the house, right? That shit was so funny, right? But yeah, Boss Lady said cats will, sometimes mark their territory. And I guess the cat was marking their territory and spraying all around Dovie and all around her belongings, right? Right? Just Read My Book. She never asked Dovie to clean up after the cat. because the cat normally uses a litter box, But, Dovie again was making allegations that the cat was not using the damn litter box and the cat was spraying wherever Dovie was at. And that shit was so funny. But the teeth, though, when Just Read My Book said all I heard was clickety, clackety, clickety, clackety, clickety, clack, that cat was running around, boy, just terrorizing Dovie, right? That was Sugarfoot, okay? That was Sugarfoot. Now, back then when they were staying together for a stint, and Just Read My Book, if correct me on anything if I get anything wrong, because this has to do with y'all friendship that kind of fell apart. But I do recall you were saying things like Dovie, she basically had to only do like light housework, helping you around the house with just like some food prepping and things like that whenever you didn't feel well. Because Dovie, you were really trying to get Dovie not only help with getting her own spot, but also help with getting her a job. And one of those jobs was, to kind of help you around the house and things like that, right? Child. Whoo, Lord Jesus. Um, Also, one thing I remember from back then, if y'all remember, something to do with Dovie and her medicine. Y'all remember that had something to do with Dovie and her medicine? Dovie was like, okay, allegedly overusing her pain meds and making her own cocktails with pain meds. If I remember correctly, Just Read My Book said she was walking around there looking like a whole Walking Dead zombie. Okay. And Just Read My Book had even offered back then to get her a pill case and help her by putting, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You know how those pill cases, they come in a week, right? They come in a week and you can like put your pills in there. And that way, depending on what day it is, to take that pill, right? But child, besides overusing her meds, and the cat and Dovie not having it for each other, Just Read My Book was like, Dovie, she be acting uppity. She was acting bougie. Like you living with somebody else. You sleeping on their couch, but you acting bougie and acting uppity like she was better than Just Read My Book. Around that time back then, Dovie, remember, she wasn't no longer getting paid from YouTube. I don't know if y'all remember that, but she was no longer getting paid from YouTube. And it was because Just Read My Book, she was having issues with it with China, right? Am I right? She was having issues, something to do with her channel in China. And YouTube had told Dovie if she didn't fix it soon, they're going to start returning super chats and all those kind of things to her subscribers. So Just Read My Book had offered to help Dovie try to fix it herself. The shit just didn't work out. It didn't work out. So the only money that Dovie was getting back then was SSI, I guess EBT card, BT card, Uber cards, something like that. She was, just. So that's why Just Read My Book was trying to help her get work. And one of those jobs was to, work with her, help her around the house when she needed to, like something like a little home health aid and shit. But that shit didn't work out, right? And so then it was crazy because the job that Just Read My Book had tried to get her, she was supposed to work like from just a couple of hours a day, right? She was supposed to work from like, as far as like helping her around the house, from like 9 to 11, 9 to noon. She was being her caretaker, just helping her around the house when she needed her. Nothing serious, no heavy duty cleaning or nothing like that, flipping furniture, just light housework. But it started turning into my neck and my back and my neck and my back. Dovie had every reason not to not to help her around the house. She was like feeling some type of way, sick, having aches and pains and things like that when Just Read My Book would need her to help her around the house, right? And then, even though she couldn't do any of that, she was still able to be on YouTube. And that was a big issue as well. Dovie was supposed to be working in the morning, but she would be on YouTube in the mornings. So that was a thing for them back then too. That Just Read My Book had a problem with. Ash, it's understandable, right? You're supposed to be helping me around the house, and you can't help me around the house with some minor shit, but you over here on the whole tube. recording videos, and then you all around my house, showing my whole house. How people? I want people to see my house. And then it was a certain time where Dovie had to like rearrange where she was doing her YouTube because Just Read My Book was like having her home redecorated and stuff. And Dovie had to move around the house. Child, it got to the point where Dovie just started going outside on the porch. She was on the porch. I remember that day when Dovie and Just Read My Book was on the boy. Dovie was outside on the porch. She was like upset with Just Read My Book. They had some type of disagreement. I remember the cops came, the police came like 2, 3, 11 times. And it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. Dovie had basically told the cops that because Just Read My Book. Now, remind you, she had her stay down there till she get on her feet. That was the whole thing. She was supposed to get on her feet, but just as quickly as money came within Dovie's hands, just as quickly it went. Remember when she had saved up $2,500 and she was supposed to get a car? But she didn't end up getting a car or something. She was driving around and Just Read My Book's car. The car had broke down. The car had needed to be fixed. She claimed Dovie didn't pay or help to get it fixed or anything like that. But anyway, Just Read My Book eventually had to file an eviction on Dovie on August 9th. When the police came one of those times, Dovie had told the police she'd been squatting since April 20th or somewhere around that time. The police came like 2 or 3 times. Just Read My Book. The police was like, child, if I got to come back down here one more time. But it was like Dovie. I don't think Dovie would have ever left. I don't think Dovie would have got a serious job. I don't think Dovie would have really seriously tried to even look for an apartment because of the simple fact. Child, let me tell y'all something. Even when it was time to, try to help her find a house, Just Read My Book, she had helped her find like 2 places, right? She was trying to find her a place that she could afford. Because Dovie had went to Florida, she had went to Georgia, she had went to Florida, she had then ended up in North Carolina, down there. And again, Just Read My Book. She had a, soft spot for her. She felt sorry for her and didn't want her just out there driving around homeless, right? So when she first got there, Just Read My Book had somebody pick her up, take her to her home. And basically, Just Read My Book knew some people who knew some people who knew some people, right? And there was some property that she was trying to help her, get into. Some property. And Dovie kind of messed that up, right? Just Read My Book had told her in April that she could help her. And, they, get into 2 different places. But though it was 2 different places that she could possibly get into. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just Read My Book. What up, and Smooth Carter? How you doing? What's up, friend? You said she found a slot machine. She was riding through the hood and everything else. But I was like, Dovie, what is you doing riding through the hood and Just Read My Book's car? Dude, Just Read My Book even ride through the hood in her own car. Child, but anyway, she had told Dovie just be patient, just wait a little bit, before the approval came through, with the apartment or whatever. Dovie, y'all remember, had went behind her back, reaching out to those people and said the wrong things and messed it up, disqualifying herself. Then there was another house not that far from Just Read My Book, and the owner had passed away, and his family was renting the house out. Do y'all remember that? So they went there to see that place. And Just Read My Book, she had a PCA that came out to, do light housework and laundry around the house, Remember that time Dovie didn't get along really with the PCA, had attitudes with her and everything. And the PCA sister works with the sister of the man who was deceased in a shop. And the sister, owns the owner or next door to the grocery store. Just Read My Book and Dovie had went into this grocery store, right? The sister was next door in a shop, right? Dovie saw it and was like, oh, maybe I need to go over there and talk to them about this apartment. And maybe I need, Dovie's probably talking around fast. Just read my book, like, no, just don't worry about it. Let me handle it. I'll speak to her. No, please don't speak to her. But Dovie, she saw that PCA next door to the salon, and Dovie went to speak to her anyway. Just read my book had told her, do not bother her. Let me handle it. Let me try to get you the hookup and everything for this apartment. Dovie wasn't being patient. Just Read My Book was trying to get her a lower price, for the apartment, because they knew, the neighborhood. It was because of the neighborhood. The house needed work. The apartment had been empty. But Dovie again went to the salon and fucked it all up. So that was like 3 places that Dovie had messed up, right? So this whole time, Just Read My Book trying to help her get a job, trying to help her get a place, and Dovie just kept on messing stuff up, right? So then Dovie, she had got an apartment book, y'all remember? And she started calling around to all these places that was like hours and hours and hours away. Just Read My Book had gave her the name of like 3 neighboring cities to choose from, but she was looking at places hours and hours away that she couldn't even really afford. She wasn't working there. She was on SSI. She was no longer getting no YouTube checks. But anyway, and the places, remember, they wanted like 3 times the amount of rent, which I think that's going places literally almost everywhere, because even here, landlords, they want you to make 3 times the rent. So if the rent is $1,000, they want you to make at least $3,000. A lot of people can't afford that because a lot of people don't make $3,000 a month. And then with the prices of property after the Rona that increased so much, you gotta have a roommate or 2 or 3, okay? But Dovie wouldn't listen, and anyway, she never ended up getting her apartment, right? Now, there was this situation where Just Read My Book had got her set up to do that job at the crib. The company, who had the PCA coming to Just Read My Book's house to work, she asked them if she could recommend somebody else, and send them there, and they request Dovie to work for her. And the company said if she passes their screening test, then yeah. So that's what the whole situation was for that, with the work from the house situation. But Dovie again was supposed to start work at 9. But from the videos on YouTube, you can see Dovie was online at 9. Dovie was online. You said I know Just Read was done. What's up, Global? How you doing? What's up, Red Vines? What up, Jamie? How y'all doing? Come on in. Make sure y'all like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. But yes. Again, I'm just trying to recall everything I remember from back then with this situation, right? Because next month, these 2 people are going to be taking each other to court. They are going to be taking each other to court. And I, for one, can't believe it. Like, we couldn't believe when they fell out. We couldn't believe when Sugarfoot snatched her teeth, Dovie's teeth, and was running around the house, making her chase her through the house, up and down the stairs for them teeth, for them dentures. And now, next month, they are actually going to be in court with each other. There is a criminal case, and there's a small claims case, for Dovie saying that, she's owed some monies. But we're going to get into that because I'm going to talk about what I recall from that time period as far as like, what was it, an air conditioner or something? Just Read My Book. But anyway, again, Dovie was supposed to start working from 9 a.m. But on the YouTube videos, you can see that Dovie was online at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. And Just Read My Book said when she wasn't online, she was asleep. Around the time when she was supposed to be working for her around her home. She would be asleep or on YouTube. And if she was asleep, then Dovie was complaining about her neck and her back and her side and her knees and, not being able to lift her hands or anything. So basically, Just Read My Book. She was down there supporting her and Dovie. Now, Just Read My Book again didn't she in the beginning told her, you don't have to pay me any money, when she first got there. Dovie was there for several months. And then she claims that, after several months, she didn't want to seem like a freeloader. She didn't want to seem like a freeloader. So Dovie claims that she, and correct me if I'm wrong, just read my book, but Dovie claims that she gave you $900 and then $300 and then $200. And when I heard that, it seemed like the money she was donating to the bills was decreasing by the month. Like the next month, it was probably going to be $100. The next month, it was going to be $50. But correct me, am I wrong? Is that how much she actually paid you? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Because again, I'm just trying to recollect what I remember. You said that's exactly why I don't allow anyone to move in my home. Folks will lose their dharma. You know what? I didn't have people stay with me before, and I didn't stay with people before. There was a time when I used to be, I didn't talk about it before, when I didn't have no place to stay when I was young. And I was here, there, on a couch, on a bed, on a floor, in the basement. It happens, right? It happens. And then I've also been the one to allow people to stay with me over the years. And after so many just horrible experiences, see, that's the one thing. When I stayed with people, I worked, I gave them money every paycheck, I helped clean up the house. Anything that they needed, I did to make them feel like they wanted to keep me there and not put me out, especially when I knew I didn't have nowhere else to go. But some people, you will have them move in your house and you'll tell them, oh, you stay here for a couple of months. You don't worry about any bills. Don't worry about anything. I got you. You just look for a job, find you a place, and I got your back. But they gotta fuck it up. They gotta fuck it up. They gotta fuck up your house, tear up your house, destroy your house, not pay no bills, running up your bills, sleeping around all day, playing video games all day with their hands in their pants, just like they ain't got nothing to do. That's how it goes. And then you end up getting in arguments because you cleaning up behind them. You already paying all the bills. Now you gotta clean up behind them. You cooking for them. They ain't trying to do a damn thing. Those are the kind of people who you do not want to be your roommate. And I had some of them. And after what I call doing my Samaritan work a couple of times, I was like, God, I didn't pay it back. You got to pay it back. People let me live with them when I was younger, when I didn't have nowhere to go. And I done did my good Samaritan duties. And I didn't allow several people to live with me. And that is all. That is all. I can't do it no more. And I promise you, to this day, I haven't did it anymore. Now, I must say there are certain people who I do know personally that I know are hardworking. They keep clean houses. They ain't about no bullshit. They, what I'm saying? If they were to fall on hard times, I mean, literally just out the blue, hard time, I would let them come stay with me. But when it comes to family, them is the worst ones to let move in with you. Them is the worst ones. Child, just try to loan them some money or help them raise a GoFundMe or something like that before you actually just try every other alternative before you actually let somebody move in with you, because I'm telling you, in some situations you will regret it for the rest of your days. In a relationship, a friendship, a family member, you can have your relationship ruined forever over just living with each other for a short period of time. Trust me, I know. And then you become resentful. Exactly. You become resentful. You sure are. Uh-huh. You said you had an aunt-in-law that told hubby, I can't take your wife's office. I told her, now, I know. What? What? You know what? I must be reading that wrong. You said, well, it was up to Dovie, her employer, the slot machine. You said up here you have to take people to court to evict them, even family members. Yeah, that's what Just Read My Book had to do. She had to file an eviction on her. And that's the thing too, when you let people move in, do not let them have their mail sent to your house. Because then you literally have to officially evict them. Because if you call the police, and I had this happen before too, you call the police and the police will come there and be like, well, how long have you lived here? Oh, a couple months. Do you get mail here? Oh, really? You've been getting mail for how many months here? Oh, okay. So you are actually a resident here. You're actually a tenant here. and you have to take them to court, and you have to spend money to get them put out. And that still can take a lot of time and can be a hassle and a headache, like for real. So you don't even want to shoot. Make them get a PO box or have they bills sent to their mama house. What up, room shaker? How you doing? Mm-mm-mm-mm. You said if it's one of my children that needs to save money, that's different. Yep. Of course. Of course. My oldest son, I don't know how many times he was like, Mom, I'm coming back home. Where I'm going to sleep? I'm like, I don't know. Find you a spot. You know, the kids is always welcome back home as long as they got some sense and they ain't, out here doing no fuck shit. And everybody can't have their kids living with them. Just because you gave birth to them do not mean you owe them that after they are grown and have moved on. Because some kids out here will have you they will have you locked up. Okay? They will have you locked up. But you said I found my grown children. I'm putting in a change of address to their own homes. But yeah, so okay, this will happen. This will happen. So as far as this, I think even Jay Wilson was talking about something about a compressor or air conditioner. I don't know. Just read my book is in here, but Dovie allegedly is claiming that she had paid for something to get fixed, and the only thing that I can remember that broke down besides the car was the air conditioner. And they down there where it can get really, really hot, right? So I do remember that Just Reed has said something about air conditioner or compressor or something like that, where they had an issue with the air conditioner and it had went out. Hey Dovie, how you doing? I just found out y'all taking each other to court, child. I just found out. Please put in the chat what all you are suing Just Read my book for, because I'm just getting hearsay. But yes. So about this air conditioner, this compressor, I remember had went out and Just Read had read my book had called a service contract company. But remember there was an issue with like a third party. So in the meantime, they had to buy fans. Now I think Dovie, did you mention something about fans too? And child, the service contractor later told Just Read My Book that it wasn't covered. The compressor had went out, and the contractor told them that it wasn't covered, and so that's why they had to buy some fans. Right? Was it 6 fans? How much are fans these days? Are they expensive enough to take somebody to court? Because I ain't bought a fan in some years. Y'all let me know how much are fans. Are they really expensive? I mean, I know at the dollar store you can probably get them for a good what? 20? 25? I don't know. But anyway, the contractor had told her that it wasn't covered because it was covered under the manufacturer. And so Just Read My Book, she called to complain. Remember that? And they came to an agreement that Just Read My Book would buy the compressor and then the company would pay for it to be installed. And remember at that time, Just Read My Book said while she was trying to maneuver around this broken air conditioner or compressor thing, Dovie was telling her that she shouldn't have to pay anything. That she shouldn't have to pay anything. But anyway, that's what I remember from the compressor. So, Dovie, what all are you suing her for again, Dovie? Are you still in the chat? You feel free to hit the link. You said, I wonder why she left her on live to come here. She's live right now. Oh, I know Dovie ain't streaming me live. I know she wouldn't do that. Child. Hold on. Dovie, what are you suing her for? Inquiry minds want to know. The people want to know, child. Dovie, you done left your own live. They said you in danger, girl. But anyway, okay, Dovie ain't saying nothing. I don't know what she doing. But anywho, I was trying to get a clarification. Just read my book. What all she trying to sue you for? Because didn't you pay for the compressor? Am I correct in that? I remember y'all had to buy some fans too. But what else is she trying to sue you for, child? I know yours says something about threats, communicating threats or something, but I'm not very clear on everything that Dovie is trying to say you owe her money for. Especially when you was allowing her to stay there for some months, rent free while she tried to, get on her feet. But feel free to put it in the chat or feel free to hit the link if you got time today. But anywho. But yeah, we just taking a look back at their relationship before it went bad. Dovie and Just Read My Book, they were really, really cool with each other once upon a time. They're really cool with each other once upon a time. But then again, they have fell out. And like some people said in the chat, you can't always allow people to live with you no matter how much you like them, because it could just turn a very good close friendship into enemies real quick, being spiteful, resentment, like somebody said in the chat. And it's like sometimes no going back. It's like no going back. I never thought that we would get to this point though. I didn't even see it coming where the two of them is in court. And when I first heard it, I was like, huh? What? They suing each other? Like, really? Child, just read said, let her tell you I'm not done with discussing active court case like she is. Child, that you know what? You right about that. You right about that. Just read my book. You right about that. We just gonna have to wait and see. You're right about that. A lot of people do come on here and they do discuss their court cases, and sometimes even if you do discuss them, you have to, be careful what you say, because you don't want to set yourself up or have somebody record something you have said, and it doesn't help you in court, right? So I get it. I get it. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, you said they're doing a makeup tutorial? Oh, yeah, I think Joyce is over there and they're doing a makeup tutorial. That's right. Yep, you're absolutely right. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this shit. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little commentary on, what had happened, what had went down when they had fell out and shit. I remember as far as after they had fell out, I believe Dovie's children, her daughter or somebody had came down there to pick her up and take her away from there. Then eventually Dovie, she got her car. I mean, she got her a place. I believe that's still where she's staying at right now. I'm not sure. Hold on one second. Oh Lord, is this Pastor J? Pastor J.
Blessings, 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 blessings.
What's up?
Oh, nothing much. Hey, when you get a chance, go check out that IG. I just put up two new videos of me preaching.
Okay,
So
bet. Thank you so much. I'm gonna check them as soon as I get off of here.
I got you.
All right, thank you. All right, that's Pastor J, y'all. We had talked to him last night. He's been on our panel a few times, and I did upload a conversation that we had with him this morning. So if y'all missed that from last night, I did upload that this morning. So please check that out. But that is the Pastor J, okay? But yes, and that was a very entertaining conversation that we had. Yes, they are going to court. Yes, 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 they are going to court. Yes. Unfortunately, they are going to court. I don't know if there are going to be any winners or if anybody. I know Jay Wilson, when he was talking this morning, he was saying something about, when you don't lose, when you don't win no cases, you got to pay. You got to pay. So that's something you got to have in mind too when you do take somebody to court. So yeah, definitely when you're thinking of taking somebody to court, make sure you really believe that you have a chance to win. So yeah. But yeah, so Dovie, anyway, her daughter came down there and got her. She ended up moving, she ended up getting her own spot, and I believe that's where she still is today. I believe that's where she still is today. But yeah, just some things I had saw in the chat over at Jay Wilson's. What were they saying? Let's see. It's a lot of things they were saying in Jay Wilson's chat. Y'all gonna have to go over there because some of the things I don't want to read out loud over here because they were saying certain things about both of them, and a lot of that stuff I'm gonna say is alleged. I'm gonna say alleged. I don't know. Just read my book was in Jay Wilson's chat this morning, but there was a lot of comments being dropped and a lot of allegations and things in his chat this morning. So again, I don't know if you saw any of that, but yeah, like I said, I just want to do a little quick recap on some of the things that I remember from back then. I can't remember how long ago was it last June? I can't remember exactly when the shit happened, when it really hit the fan. Okay. But anyway, a lot of people thought that when Dovie first went down there, that she was just going to be staying with her for a little while. And just even Kwani has said that she thought she was just going to be down there doing a little YouTube, recording some videos, and eventually moving on. But she ended up staying there a little longer than maybe Just Read My Book had expected. But anyway, Just Read My Book, I think she came from a good place in her heart, to let her live there. I really do. Did you see Skip It comment? Hold on, let me see. Skip It. Okay, I'm looking at the court docs and she is suing for $13.85 for AC. I knew it had to do with AC repair, like the compressor. And she said for 4 months rent, she said she never got the room. What? Oh, wow. So you're looking at the court docs and she is suing for $13.85. Well, again, Just Read My Book is in the chat, but she's smart enough. She's not going to talk on it. And I wouldn't either. So just, keep your mouth quiet. Go take the court and good luck. All I can say is good luck to the both of y'all. That's all I got to say is good luck to the both of y'all when it comes to court. But anyway, I'm about to end this real quick. I'm just reading the rest of y'all chats. Reading the rest of y'all comments, I mean. Y'all, this is something we're gonna have to keep our eye on. This is the beef sector. Y'all know when stuff happen on the beef sector, when people be taking each other to court. Y'all know we be doing commentary on it. So it ain't no shade to either one of the ladies. This is just, commentary that we do over here in the beef sector. If it comes out on the beef sector, we do commentary about it, and maybe Just Read My Book. She'll do commentary about it after the court thing is over with. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But definitely other people will be doing commentary on it. I'll try to remain as biased as I can and just give out the facts. Okay, and try to keep a lot of the allegations to a minimum because I ain't trying to be taken to court. But anyway, you guys, make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the Hood Table if you are new here. Thank you so very much. Feel free to hit the Cash App, $ the Hood Table 402. I'll be back later on tonight, you guys. If I find out anything else or if anything else goes on in the B sector or shit hits the fan, I will be back. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.